so Maegu Nigerians, you see them, everybody they wait for their own time.
Exactly.
No be say they know last like you
Nobody
always
love
say. It's
Nigeria.
not
That's
like they don't it's not like they hate what's it called?
they hate
It's not like
corruption or hate all these bad
they hate
things.
corruption.
All
It's
these
just
people
that
per
when
se
they don't have when it's not them doing it,
or
they are not
benefiting
happy.
from it.
But when it's them, if they are not benefiting, then they are not happy. They will always talk about the people who are doing it. But if they are the ones benefiting, no, they will
They will tell you that
not
you don't
even
understand
forget.
politics, you
Not,
don't understand
you
government.
don't
There's a
understand
way government work.
exactly,
Ahmed, see,
exactly.
even me, I used to be like you. You have you heard some of them that we insult that they don't know that they are kind of insulting. They will say, Ahmed, I used to be like you too. When I joined government, I realized that that's not how government work. It's easier for all of you on social media to be condemning government, to be saying everything about
Are
government.
you?
Do you think that government is easy? I'm like, they hear them. Oh.
You see,
Government is not
I used
easy.
to be,
Government
I
is
used
bad.
to be like,
Eh?
I used to be like you, Thomas. You mean, I don't dey
Now
return am to
nonsense.
am.
So
Say,
I used
make
to be like you.
I go tell,
I'm not
I go
like you.
tell you,
Close.
say, be like me, really,
Be like me, bro. I go mad.
me, be like me,
Go
bro.
and chop with you one chop.
Abo,
Stop
ya,
saying that you
me, I
used to
tell
be
you,
like me.
go
Be
chop
like
with
who?
him one chop.
Uh-huh.
Ojú ti là. Ọmọ Maigun, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé ojú là o. Because if no be say person leave Naija, if
Take
no be say
another one,
person leave
Ahmed.
Naija, now only God know where we for dey today.
Baba,
So wahala, gbogbo wọn ojú wọn máa já,
I
they go
showed
see,
you.
they
Thank
go
you
see.
so much, Baba.
Gbàdúrà aburú fún wọn o. We no dey pray, no be say we dey pray bad for anybody o, but na wetin dey happen
I wish
consistently
them what they
every
wish
day na im we
themselves.
just
That's
dey
what I'm
tell.
saying. I wish them what they wish
So bó
themselves.
ṣe wà nìyẹn.
Baba.
So bó ṣe wà, everybody go chop breakfast. No wahala,
Everybody
my
go
ego,
chop up.
greet
Ahmed.
family for me.
And yours too, Baba.
Alright
Thank
now,
you.
brother.
Yeah, stay safe. I have another call on the line. Yeah. Baba, thanks so much. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Mega. Thank you so much for everything you do for us.
And thank you so much for your patience. I've been seeing you there, like keep trying and trying and trying and trying.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah. First time on the call. All I just wanted to say is, with all the happenings in Nigeria right now, re-emphasizes the fact that we need togetherness. Be it your Yoruba, Igbo, Efik, we're all suffering the same thing. We all have family members who are in Nigeria who are going through it every single day. We all send money back home. We all see the suffering back home. So it's an opportunity for us in the diaspora to support folks back home, but also amplify the message more than ever. So, look, thank you so much for everything you do. I'm not going to hog up the time. But bless you, and we'll keep pushing.
Thanks so much.
Keep striving for a better Nigeria.
Being concise and straightforward sometimes is more powerful sometimes than having to repeat and repeat and all that. We need unity, and it comes from a place where we all believe that we need one another. And if we don't have that mindset of knowing that we need one another, and somehow, no matter how far we are from home, it still gets to us. We have families, we have people we love, and we just we look helplessly from far, and sometimes it's scary. So when you say we need ourselves, it simply means we can only make use of any kind of tool we can get, and every one of us that we can get. So, Baba, I like that.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good evening and keep doing your thing.
I will. And you, you too. Stay safe, man, right? Cheers.
Will do.
I have another call on the line. Yeah. Hello there.
Have a good evening.
Hello, hi, sir.
Yes, sir.
My goodness, is Adiola, your friend.
Adeola. How you doing, Baba? See, all of now, can't they be like, now, I'm going to tell them now that, we told you so, and I hate it. I told you so. But it's just that it has to be said, Adiola. It just has to be said.
It's not even the case of I told you so. It's very predictable. You know what's going to happen. You make such pronouncements, there is no proper plan in place. You don't, it's just, I didn't expect the Shege to start this quickly. I thought maybe the Shege will be slightly longer. We were blindsided by the fact that, they took a rash decision to remove the subsidy. And, even the subsidy is even to a large extent fictitious. We don't know how much we consume in a day regularly. in terms of liters. So it's just plunge people into unimaginable suffering.
I know.
Unimaginable
Over
suffering.
12 years ago, Occupy Nigeria, remember? Tinubu
Huh?
sponsored it.
He sponsored
Occupied
it.
Nigeria.
They are distant to what people are going through.
Now they're like,
they are
go
so
and protest
distant.
if you want. They don't care.
They don't care. It's insensitive. It doesn't take into consideration people, and their life and their livelihood. Doesn't take. But see, in the last, I think even for the first time I come I go, I'm short of words to say. Me that will go on a rant. I quiet go. I don't know if you go. This came quicker than I thought it to come. It came so quick.
Like, Baba, what did they inside that document that Buhari handed over to them? Like, did you not state it there? Like, this is what I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for that too. Like, they didn't tell themselves like, how are Nigerians going to take this now? How are we going to, what can we do? And all of that. For that whole month here, what exactly was the transition all about? Shouldn't it be about what Buhari is doing, the ongoing, completed, the debt and all of that? Things that they should know. I mean, they just probably didn't open it up at all. Like, look at this. It's like they are not prepared.
Never prepare. I think we just disregarded it, and we have an agenda. We do what we want to do. We will just discount whatever they've put together. Everything they put together is immaterial. We have an agenda. We believe we can turn things around ourselves, and they lack wisdom and they are void of understanding, and that's why you always go through that route. This subsidy has been a juggling act by different administrations.
Yes.
They have failed to address the elephant in the room. It's like hot potato. I will pass it to you. You don't just as long as you don't drop it. Obasanjo was juggling it all the way. He juggled it all the way to Yaradua. Juggled it to good luck. Juggled it to the to boy. Now they now pass it to Mr. Kolu. He now dropped it. So these things. He dropped the hot potato. He couldn't hold on to it.
Right.
See, Baba, every country subsidizes something.
That's right.
In the UK, every pound that the farmer makes, 60p out of it comes from government subsidy. That's the profit. So 40% of it, that's 40p, is what they've worked for tilling their land. So every government subsidizes something. The things they should really subsidize is to make sure there's food security. That is what every country does, and this country has continually showed that they will fail in it. You can't. You said, Baba, the main thing to subsidize in that country is food and food security. If you subsidize food, subsidize farmers, you make sure we are food secure. You're onto something. But these people don't even have a clue about what to do. They are clueless. You are borrowing money as some form of palliative, as some form of cushion effect, unproductive borrowing. I've never seen it before, whereby you borrow to consume without no plan to repay. I don't get it. I don't get whether you are ruled by the worst and people that are filled with so much ineptitude.
All the wastages, Adiola, the wastages of Buhari of 8 years, did they not know that there will be a time of payback time? And that payback time is now. Did they not? Or did they just feel
Baba,
like everything will just disappear?
You don't cast. You don't cast. So please,
Baba,
Michael, please remind me how much is in the excess account, the Kudo excess account. How much is inside of it?
It is less than $500,000.
Divided by 200 million people.
Well, from $7.8 billion in 2015.
So
7.8. Now 50,000.
If this country was, if this country was serious about making sure there was food security, they could have taken at least $1 billion to make sure we can food secure the primary things we consume. Even the agbado cassava that is talking about, we can't even secure it.
No.
We can secure agbado cassava. We can secure gari with 1 billion perpetually. We can provide food security for those items. I don't get it. How much does it cost to secure food? Secure food.
Adiola, they took 1.4 trillion to provide security that you are talking about, to food security. 1.4 trillion from the African Development Bank. they gave them to farmers in Nigeria. They call them Anchor Borrowers Program. Last now.
But Anchor Borrowers Program doesn't have any. Is that not something like Chairman, that? If you're going to secure food, if you secure food, if you want to provide food security, what people don't understand is that you have to secure also seed. Seed is another crucial part of what people don't understand. You secure seed. I mean, the UK, I plant. I have an allotment. I plant regularly. By the time you see, Baba, you can secure seed, secure food, and subsidize farmers. You know,
but that's what I'm saying. Adiola, that means you didn't listen to me. Anchor's Borrowers Program, that they did.
Yes,
they took 1.4 trillion, right? And that purpose was that to provide good seedlings for farmers. That in fact they gave them seedlings of certain produce that they want them to kind of go into and cultivate. It was coordinated. But Baba, after a year, Boko Haram beheaded about 200 farmers. They took over like 1/3 of those farms in northern Nigeria. The farmers are now working on the farms, but the harvest on that farm belong to the bandits. All of this whole thing, some collected the money, they went to go and marry. They didn't do any farm or anything. Baba, last year, you saw it now. All those paddy rice. Now from the Anchor Borrowers now, 1.4 trillion loan. By the time those ones that finally said they planted rice, they planted this. When they finally brought everything together, you know the story now. Pyramid rice in Abuja. Today, Nigeria don't get any rice. 1.4 trillion gone. So you are saying that there's something. I just thought I should remind you, Shad. They don't try something like that, oh. They still mess it up. Food security.
This administration will be marked with confusion.
Adeola.
It will be marked with continuous Baba, let me leave you. Even I didn't even think the Shege will come this quickly. Baba, enjoy. Thank you for this platform. God bless you.
Stay safe, man. So I have you might need to help me mute that broadcast over there, please. You are connected. Why do people do that? So annoying. You are dialing a program and you have your phone with you. Did you just dial it and put it on the table, on the desk, and then you continue watching? Then you are waiting till you are going to hear your voice on that same television. Like, that's not nice. And there are actually people who do that. Mute the broadcast. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Hello, sir. How are you?
My good general.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I'm calling you from the Queensland, London.
Bless you, Baba. You are live with me on the program, and everybody else can hear you too. Please.
Yes, my good general. My name is Ike.
Ike from London.
I've been following you for the past 2 weeks, and every time I'm on my way home, I'm in the bus. I just, I use your program the past time. Honestly, you just hit the hammer straight. They hit them like straight to the nail. But
okay,
these people who they talk of, I don't expect anything less from them. You see these people, including the Aloja General of Waiting, I was expecting it. So they did not disappoint me. Anybody that is surprised, anybody that is surprised just is lying to him or herself. This is the government of my people, of the cabal. Waiting this man, they call him Patrick Obiabo, cabalistocracy.
Cabalistocracy.
That is it. This one, we see cabal last time, but this cabal, go blood.
The
cabal of first lady, your family, go everybody. Waiting be named the one we buy house for Angel Station, near Angel Station, but not London. He never show face to. He never shows face to.
And that one now forced on the own. Now that one organized a concert for them for Abuja. We be say it be talk of the town. Many of these guys, even many of the obedient favorite artists, They go there, go collect 10 million, go play, oh, then bone anything, they go there, pack up chain, oh. Now, should you do that one?
And that one, they warm up to be governor of Lagos very soon.
He is the next governor after Sanwo-Iku. That one is 100%. Take it.
Okay.
That's the next governor of Lagos State, Sheyi.
The truth is the cluelessness. As there's somebody saying we say that Shege will be there. They say that Shege Nigeria is there, but not Shege Dambanza. Now only they enter this time around.
Tell them.
See, you know one thing about people where they live for diaspora. Most of us they say, hey, consign us. The truth is, if there is pressure back home, you wait here go they feel up. Now you they feel bad because if you open your WhatsApp or your phone, go they fear you because by the time you open phone, you go see list of people where they beg you money, people where they need help. It's because home no good. So my brother, the thing I know see talk, agree us talk. But
somehow
I'm not saying I say it could.
What somebody tell me on this program. Somebody called in onto this program and he said that the help to free Nigeria is going to come from abroad. That the moment it becomes so clearer to a lot of us that it is no longer safe to go back to Nigeria, and a lot of you want to go back, you will begin to take it even more serious. And then, the journey to the freedom of Nigeria will begin. Because they have done so much psychological destruction to our people back in Nigeria, right? That they don't even have the strength to fight that much anymore. The few that have the strength, they are not enough. Go on,
I want to bust your bubble. Nigeria, they don't repair. They beyond repair. As in, our former governor, Anambra State governor, the one who died recently. He said, one Igbo, English Igbo when they speaking, he say broken bottle has no mercantility. As in, now it's in Nigeria. You don't get mercantilism. Again, if
mercantilism. I'll remember that. Thanks so
much. To repair. All right. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ike. I kind of trying to juggle the time so that we can make it fair. We're coming close to the end of the program now. So, hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. I'm calling from Orlando, Florida.
Yes, sir. From Orlando. How are you doing today?
Orlando.
This afternoon. Yeah, from Orlando, Florida.
I'm fine. Orlando, Florida, yes.
Brilliant, sir.
Yeah, Mayagu, there is no subsidy. It costs NNPC 80 naira per liter.
Right.
To buy oil from the refined oil, and then to give it to marketers. They just need to make the marketers, the gas station in Nigeria, all they need is anything above 80 naira per liter. That's their profit.
Right.
That's their profit.
So you mean landing cost, sir? You mean landing cost is between that 80 naira, and you sure of that?
Yes, I saw that information. So NNPC is not paying any subsidy. NNPC is getting the oil cost. It costs NNPC 80 naira per liter.
Wow.
Yes. So anything that the marketer, if you are the gas station owner, the marketer, all you need, anything above 80 naira per liter belongs to you. So if you charge 20 naira a liter, that means the cost will be 100 naira per liter.
And you still make profit.
And that is good. That will be good enough for you as a marketer. And NNPC will get his $80.
So who are they paying the subsidy to then, sir? Trillions. So
they are not paying. NNPC is not paying. NNPC is not paying any subsidy. It's a lie. It's a fraud.
Wow.
So if it was 120 naira per liter, that's good enough. Everybody has made profit. The marketer has made profit. NNPC has got his money, and they'll be fine. But they are so greedy. They are just being raising it to 120, 180, 200, 300. all of that is just price gouging. They're making extra money. So now they want it to be 500 and 600, Abi.
Yeah.
That's just pure theft.
Even 800.
And yes. So Michael, what you should ask anybody, if you have David Hundeyi there, ask him, let NNPC bring any documented evidence that NNPC is paying 1 kobo of subsidy, and let's see the proof and evidence of it. There's no document. There's no evidence.
Shouldn't people be arrested for this? Like by now, like you know.
They should be screwed to prison and be shot. It's a crime. Mayogu, anytime you have any
in a country that
it's ridiculous and it's going to
hyperinflation, sir. That is heartless.
Hyperinflation.
It is reasonable.
It is, and all the elites, all the governors and presidents and ministers, all of them are investors in all this in Dangote's refinery and in So they are all going to chop that money. That's why it keeps going up and up and up.
Wow.
It keeps going up and up. So but I want you to ask if you ever have any official on your show.
You've sent me a message right now.
Ask them to
go dig, sir. Me too. Even what you just mentioned now, I am going to go dig on my own until I find something similar, and I'll bring it on here.
Bring it on, and Mayogu, look, sir? There is no evidence whatsoever anywhere that NNPC is paying 1 kobo of subsidy to anybody,
sir. We even want to know the names of those marketers and how much they are paying them. You know one thing, sir. Yeah. Majority of all these fuel stations, they pretend that they are supposed to be branches of marketers who have been paid subsidy, Abi. Total, Texaco, any other name, Ohando, Nation, all those names, private and whatever, right? They were supposed to be marketers who receive subsidy before you find it in their filling stations, Abi. But they all act like, no, they don't pay us any subsidy. How much we bring out this thing, they sell them more. So you just mentioned something now, because I read it somewhere else earlier today that can't people ask NNPC, who are those marketers, oil marketers, that they are paying subsidy to, and how much they have been paying to them? Nobody even knows who they are paying it to.
Exactly. So, Michael, the challenge for you as a public guy is find any document to show that any evidence at all that NNPC is paying any penny to anybody in subsidy. It doesn't exist. There's no evidence. That's what you need to ask. Wow. Anybody, and especially David. You had David yesterday, Abi.
For 8 years.
You had David yesterday.
Yes, sir.
If you have someone like David, he probably would know better because he's got a good investigative reporter. So he might find it. But there's no evidence of any subsidy. It's a lie. It's a lie. There's nothing there. They've been scammed.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's this evening, right? Let me say it again before you go. This bombshell you just dropped this evening is actually a big thing that could be a big issue in Nigeria in the coming days. Yeah. Anyway, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much, sir. Let me take another one.
Mayogu, I have another question. A quick question, Mayogu. Another quick question. Remember the issue of the biggest drug bust in Nigeria history in September of 2022?
At Ikorodu, I remember, sir.
At Ikorodu, yes. And you mentioned that they were busted, and the drug agency said they will prosecute it to the fullest extent of the law.
Yes, sir.
Abi?
Yes, sir.
But they didn't do anything.
They burned the evidence 3 days after that, sir.
They burned the evidence. Okay. Now, I would have liked for you to ask David Hundeyi what happened to that situation, and how is it related to Tinubu specifically? Yeah, exactly.
I will ask.
Ask David Hundeyi. I'm sure David Hundeyi has done investigation on that, because that's a big issue. The thing has vanished and nobody is talking about it again.
Do you know another thing nobody is talking about again, sir? Remember that vessel that was stealing crude oil that was discovered before election? Suddenly they started discovering people stealing crude oil after 6-7 years of free stealing of crude oil. You do know that ship as well, they set it ablaze. Those they arrested on it, you know they hear anything anymore. And now they destroyed it. The camera said they destroyed the ship too, evidence. See, thank you so much. I'll take another one, sir. I mean, it's kind of crazy, right? All this information that we just land on your laps, and you feel like, what am I going to do with that? Because Nigeria is a crime scene, right? Hello there. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Hello, Michael.
Hey.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank God. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. And you are live.
Yeah, so I've been listening into your show this past couple of days, and maybe just interested in seeing the people's how I put it, opinion and their thoughts on Tinubu, the subsidy, and all of that. I mean, a lot of people in the diaspora are calling to say, "Oh, how well, it doesn't concern me because." My family and I we're not in the country, blah blah blah. Things like that. And then people say, oh yeah, they're going to see Shege, Shege Dambanda, like the last person who spoke to you. And I'm like, are we forgetting that majority of Nigerians, even by your calculation that you did on one of your shows, did not vote Asiwaju into power? They chose they chose Peter Obi by your own calculation, and we know that the election was stolen. We know that by and large most Nigerians wanted Peter Obi because they felt that he was a better option. They didn't want Asiwaju. So I think what gets to me is when people say, oh, they are going to, but these people that they are calling they did not want Asiwaju in the first place. I think we need to correct that impression. Nobody voted in the disaster that is about to, happen on Nigerians. That aside. So, like you just said now, and this is something I've been wanting to say. I think since Osita spoke about it, maybe like 2 days ago. I think I tried to call in a couple of times. I wasn't able to get through. The changes that we're going to see, or the changes that we want to see happen in Nigeria, the diaspora need to be involved. If we feel like, because like you said, our people are already traumatized, maybe they feel psychologically incapable of doing what needs to be done, in order for their voices to be heard. So we have to use the laws that we have in our various countries. We're all in the West, we're all in the so-called Western developed nations. They have laws. We can peacefully protest. And I think it's time for us to organize ourselves and strategically start to protest the governments that do business with our government, which we know that they are full of fraudulent people. We shouldn't only be protesting countries like America, Germany, any country that does business in Nigeria. We need to be actively protesting those governments at their embassy.
Yeah, one thing, ma'am. There's this other side that we've kind of come to know as well. Which is these countries don't care about Nigeria. It seems.
Well,
they don't care.
They don't care. I don't even listen. I don't disbelieve you. They don't care about Nigerians. What they do care about is our resources. So they couldn't be bothered about whatever happens to anyone in that country. But the reason why I said that when we start protesting them, because they have a penchant of talking to us, talking down to us about democracy, about how democracy should work, about how we need to have, working governments and this and that and the other. But they in turn arm these governments, cause the wars, right? We kill ourselves, right? But meanwhile, they stand where they are and tell us about how to do good governance. So we need to use those laws that they have here, which allows them to have the so-called good governance, and talk to them, because it's like talking out of two sides of your mouth. You say to these people, they need to have democracy. This is how democracy ought to work, right? But you go back and then you sell arms to the same people so that they can kill their own people. These are the things that we need to be protesting. Okay, Buhari is going to go and take loans. Why is IMF giving our country loans? They are fully aware that this is a corrupt government. We need to be protesting them, because guess what? they are also benefiting from the same corruption as well. So we need to be protesting any entity that gives country and money to our government. We need to be protesting, and I think that's where the diaspora needs. We need to start organizing ourselves, because that's the only way. I don't believe in, I think I've come here and I've come on your show and I've said to you a couple of times, I want to go back to my country. Whether you want to, yes, we're living in the West and this and that and the other. I want to have children who are, if it's Biafra or it's in Nigeria, I want them to be. I don't want to raise Americans. I do not want to raise British children. I want children who are Nigerians or Biafrans or Dudwa, wherever. Those are the kids that I want to raise. Okay, so all of us who are thinking, oh yes, okay, it doesn't concern me, it concerns us. It concerns all of us. We should start thinking about how I'm not a natural leader and I don't know how to do it. If I could do it, I would. I would protest. I would lead that protest. I will organize that protest, because this is the only thing that we can do. They will not shoot us. This is not Nigeria. They will allow us to protest peacefully as long as we make a big noise about it. Because we also need to tell the West that we see you.
Yeah, the advantage as well is that their own people too, they see those kind of processions to ask questions.
Exactly. A lot of people are ignorant. When you say ignorant about how their government operates in other countries, especially Africa, absolutely, the ignorance is unbelievable.
It is.
It is unbelievable.
And you need to see their faces drop down when you start telling them what's going on in Africa. They'll be like,
exactly,
really?
What they're doing in
is that really happening? How could that be happening?
Because they think, okay, when we come out and we say, Africa is one of the wealthiest continent. It has total resources. They look at you like, what are you even talking about? It's not you people that, they'll come maybe December. Remember December? They'll have all this funds with children with flying around their lips and tell you, oh yeah, how you have to give money to this and that and the other. People actually think that when you come over, oh yes, you're suffering. That's the reason why you're coming over to our country. That is average American or British person who hasn't traveled, who hasn't been outside the four corners of their maybe what they call the borough. Okay. They need to be, once you start involving their own people and sensitizing them to the evils that they're doing in our country, right? The government will have a choice to respond.
I think I like that idea because I have seen it work. I have seen where here in the UK as well, where we have seen the British, who are like the Londoners, who have joined our protests, they have joined our processions, they've followed us into the parliament, do this and that, just to put things up.
Exactly.
And most of them are people who became part of this after they have seen Nigerians, several times in several places. They ended up being part of it. You know what I mean? So I get that.
I don't want to take up too much of your time because I'm sure there are lots of people who want to call it.
Yes.
But I think I'm just trying to tell the people in diaspora, stop coming here and saying, oh, it doesn't concern me, or I'm where I am, I'm hashtag living my life, it doesn't concern me. No, it does concern each and every one of us. It really, truly does. Whether or not you decide to
what people need to know is that there's always that time that what chased you out of Nigeria, whatever it is going to be at that time that everything you probably wanted to have, the peace of mind, the safety, the security, the education, the family, and all of that, you've had all of them. But something is missing. A missing link is your roots. So there's always going to be that time when what was chasing you from Nigeria will no longer chase you anymore until the day you feel like you want to go back, and it breaks heart to see that nothing has changed. I get what you mean. So it's on us.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to take up too much of the time. I'm sure lots of people want to call. But, people in the diaspora, please, let us get together. Let's see what we can do.
We should.
Thank you.
So important. Thank you so much, dear Lady Charm. So I have another caller.
Hey, Maye. Good evening, Maye.
Hey, Babu. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, bless you. How are you?
Yeah, man. My name is Green, and I'm calling you from Germany.
Yes, sir. Did you say Green? Or what did you say your name is, sir?
Green. Yeah.
Brilliant, sir.
I'm calling you from Germany.
From Germany.
Yeah, I'm live. I've been trying you since over 3 years now. I couldn't get you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Green is the name. Yeah, I've been calling you for over 3 years now. I couldn't get you.
So
Thank you for giving me audience. I just want to congratulate you on what you are doing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate you, and I'm very happy we have a platform like you to hear the people's voice. So I'll be calling you from time to time.
You know what you do for me before we get fully into it, sir? Yeah. You either move away from that room or you can mute that broadcast. So you and I can talk on the phone. Okay. So I won't be like interrupting in what you are saying. If that's okay, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. No interruption now. So yes.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me audience. I've been trying you over 3 years now. I've almost even given up. So I'm very, very grateful for giving me audience.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you for the beautiful work you are doing for the country, Nigeria.
Thank you, sir.
And Isaac Beke and Akin.
They are here, so they're fine. They've granted me the entire room here, and it's so new and it's still strange. But of course, we're all good, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's what I just want to tell you.
Yes,
you are doing a great job.
I'm going to remember you. And please, don't ever give up.
Yeah.
Every time you feel like, one thing about here, like you've been here for 3 years now, sir, it simply means that even if you want to call in today, for example, we are talking about something now, and you want to call in, but you couldn't get through, right? Then the following day, we are talking about something different, and you still want to talk about that yesterday thing, but you still didn't get through.
Yeah.
Sir, you know something? If it's so passionate to you that you have something you really want to say, even if the conversation is not about that thing, don't ever give up trying to call in. Because whenever you call in, you can always have your time and say it. And just say, Mayegun, your program of last week, I wanted to call in to speak my mind, but that time I couldn't. Now I'm here. I want to talk about that, and I'll be all ears. So it works here very well for us.
Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have another caller. Like I said, we are rounding up gradually, and here is my new caller. Hello there.
Hello, the general.
Hey, Elder Akinola, Sir Akinola. You know about to the labor to your law. How many numbers do you normally use, sir?
Number 4. My ego, there's too many numbers.
All right. So how are you tonight or this afternoon over there?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and thank you for what you do. Thank you for some of us that at times sound a bit disagreeable, not because we don't share the passion that Nigeria should be a better country. Even though I've lost hope, I believe more now in Oduduwa Republic and Biafra Republic and Arewa, whichever republic that exists. That is what I believe in. One of the reasons why I'm calling tonight, one of the callers said 18 naira for the price of this is my job actually, and that is, I want to tell you that is not true in essence. Today the barrel of crude oil is over $70.
That's right.
And in one single barrel, you can make maybe 20 gallons of gasoline, and out of that, which will give you about 75 liters. When you look at that, even if you're doing your exchange rate at 420, you'll barely be able to get the real price of it at 450 naira to refine a barrel of crude oil and just give you the price. Then you're going to pay the refinery.
That's like a 50% loss if that price is the price, like you said. That's going to be like 50% loss of your investment.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, the from a barrel, you don't get the other fractions you're going to get out of it in essence. So that will make up the money. But when you get about 20 gallons out of that, then you're going to pay the refinery. You're going to pay for the ship that will move this vessel. Then the market will put their own price. By the time you work hard all this together, there's no way you're going to be able to justify something that is less than 500 naira must be. In essence, where the corruption has been existing is that people will take this subsidy and we go and dump this oil in Ghana and other countries, while we Nigerians are paying subsidy for these people to supply this crude, refined product to another country. In essence, And a lot of our government agency are also very stupid because I see a lot of the in my role, I see a lot of the documents that the Nigerian government signed with international oil companies. They are just, I just don't get it. Why we have so many silly, stupid people running Nigeria.
I know.
In essence.
A big rip-off.
And I tell people, where there is subsidies, they are selling the Nigerian petrol to maybe 200, 300. There's some money they are paying. But where the majority of the problem lies is that the $10 billion they are using to pay this subsidy is not just for us. It's for all these marketers that are taking the oil to another country and they are making so much money. All these guys are becoming billionaires. Why tonight about 3 million Nigerian kids we have nothing in their stomach while they go to bed, and that is the catastrophe that we are dealing with here in essence.
And Sir Akinola, that is where if those in charge of the government, if they genuinely love the country and the people, blocking the wastage starts with being honest with the allocation of what do you call it, this imported products. I say, okay, Sir Akinola and Sons Oil Limited, they are going to bring 1 million liters. And from that 1 million liters and all of that way bill and everything that goes into the production, so indeed, it's going to cost Nigeria 600 naira if Sir Akinola and Sons need to make money. Now you, Sir Akinola, you're just importer. You're probably not a marketer per se, or importer who just have to hand it over to the internal marketer. Now, those who import this fuel, where you have government agents that are inflating figures as well, just to increase the number of how much they'll pay out. Even though the ones they are paying is not even being left, all of them are not being left in Nigeria for use. So honesty, sincerity of those who are serving in government that is missing. Open this up, isn't it?
When you look at the fundamental of Nigeria, when you look at Nigeria is a country where, don't forget, there are about 36 governors in Nigeria, and they had election, and they told us that the person that scored is this 16 or 17 score more than somebody that scored 19. To tell you that we are not accountable in any way, a whole ship of petrol we miss on the ocean, and nobody can account for it. This is the kind of country. So basically, trust me, anybody who believes in Nigeria is just wasting his time. Anyone. This country is saddled with so much corruption. Every corner you look at, it's just corruption here, corruption there, and until this country is dismantled and get to the bottom of where the problem is, we are going nowhere. Bring. I don't want to sound like I'm blasphemous. Bring Muhammad, bring Jesus to come and lead Nigeria. Nigeria is going nowhere. That country is beyond repair. It's beyond salvage, in essence. And that's just the reality. And to think about it, the Buhari will plan that subsidy should end by June when it's handing over and hand over the key to Kolu and disappear. This is unbelievable.
I know.
In essence.
Thank you so much.
It said the woman blessed and gave the key to Kolu to deal with the problem. It's just so unbelievable.
It's like a big
setup. So I'll give you time to listen.
I know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Akinola. My time is so up, and my light may turn off anytime from now. I wish we could do or get longer than this. I'm already working on that to make sure that we won't have incomplete broadcast anymore. But bear with me until the whole thing comes all together. Now I'm going to say good night to every one of us. Thank you, sir. I'm going to say good night to every one of us tonight. I will see you some other time, right? If you joined us midway, right, you can watch this from the start again. If you have been with us all night, don't leave without dropping that your offering. Just like the broadcast. And I will see you again when I see you. Happy New Month and good night.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún Diary Nayibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.